Okay guys, this is ridiculous and so amazing. In this box, there is a binder of just tons and tons of both GameCube games, like development games, and also development software. Some of which has been dumped, a lot of which has not been dumped. This was all sent over by Hoarder. Now, you may remember him from the different Pickles videos that I did. He discovered these development GameCube NR discs that had this unreleased game called Pickles, where you play as a little monkey and you try to stack other animals on top and you do different puzzles and platforming, etc., etc. This has just like the mother load though. This has pickle stuff, this has other stuff, just all sorts of things from the now defunct Santa Cruz Games. He actually bought this up from one of the developers' sons and he got one hell of a deal. I think he spent like $1,200 or $1,300 on the whole thing. He did a video on his channel if you want to check out the transaction and the interaction when he actually made the purchase. It's really cool. And I think he got such a good deal because the seller knew that he would take care of this, get it released, all the good stuff, get stuff dumped, and just really like preserve the memory of Santa Cruz Games, all the work that they've done. Again, had just been sitting there, so they sold it off to him, and here it is now. All right, I'll do my preparatory drink here. And then move this away from the development gear. And let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. All right, let's dive in. I always double check because I'm like, was it Santa Cruz Studios or Santa Cruz Games? I always want to say Studios. So I always like, before I do these videos, I'm like, what exactly were they called again? I mean, yes, they were a studio. But what was it called? Goodness. Oh my god, there's just there's just like a big old box of stuff. Okay. Calm down, Tony. Bubble wrap. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, here's the actual binder in here. I think he probably took some of the stuff out of the binder, put it in there. Alright, get this box out of here. I'm confused about what's in here. I don't remember there being like a separate box, but... Good. Little napkin around these in case I want to eat around them. They're very thoughtful. I'm like nervous. There's just so much stuff. Okay, so this is funky. GBA movie player. A good and cool device for your GBA. Now apparently this has some footage of Stackers on it, which was sort of like a reskin of Pickles. And there was a Stackers NR disc that he sent over to me in the last batch when I did the second Pickles video. The problem is that Stackers NR disc, again the GameCube development disc, was so scratched. It was like scratched beyond repair. It was absolutely dead. We tried to do a very, very, very light resurfacing on it because it was already dead. So we're like, okay, well maybe we'll try this. And it still didn't work. It was just nothing, absolutely gone. So it would be nice to actually, if I remember properly from his video, to get some good footage of it. Although it would be GBA movie quality, so it wouldn't be good footage. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so this is what I thought here. I thought this might be like a compact flash. Oh, I have not seen a compact flash in a long time. And then this goes into this, and then this goes into your GBA, and you can play it. So I could dump it via compact flash, which I might have a compact flash reader, or I could, I guess, dump it via a GBA, but it'd probably be much smarter to just dump it via compact flash. All right, now we have a bounty of pickle stuff. For Sammy. Confidential for Sammy Studios. I wonder if Sammy Studios was like a potential publisher or something. So another build of Pickles. I don't know how far along this was, though. Pickles, okay. This one has a date on it. I don't remember the dates of the other one. This is Friday the 13th, February 2004. Again, that might be earlier or later. Oh, 2003. So this one's probably a much later one. Pickles, 2003. Unlabeled NR disc. Unlabeled NR disc. Unlabeled NR disc. Is there data on this? Maybe. Let's take a look. Should probably check before I get too excited about what these things might be. Ooh, this is scratched to hell. That's not promising, but we'll see what we can do, or if there's anything on it. Normally, NR discs, I mean, they come in their own jewel case. So I would imagine if they're not in their own jewel case and they're scratched up, I would imagine they were used in some capacity, but it's hard to even see where the burn line would be on these because they're so... Some of these are kind of screwed up, although it does leave a lot to the imagination regarding what it could potentially be. Yeah, there's so many Oh man, I wish these were not all so scratched though. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if these are gonna read. Keep in mind that these are more akin to like DVD-Rs, right? In terms of like they're not like a pressed disc, like a professional pressed disc. You know, these are dev discs, so it's kind of when they get scratched up like that, it you know, makes you wonder whether they're gonna work. Okay, so this Pickles disc, well, clearly must have had something burned on it, right? Because it's labeled, but it's also very scratched. So I'll try to clean these. I mean, the cleaning's not going to get rid of the scratches, but we'll see what we can do. Santa Cruz Games! Take better care of your stuff. Archive it better. Put it somewhere safe. Okay, let's check out the binder. Well, this is interesting. It's like Windows stuff. Various assorted software. Not necessarily related specifically to the GameCube. Future Cop. LAPD. What is this? Something... Beano's backup apps? So it's, I mean, obviously, these are obvious what they are. That one, not so much. Who knows what's on it? Oh, Age of Empires. Yeah, like games, assorted like software, drivers, etc., etc. Office 2000. I would not be shocked. I have plenty of CDs just like this from back in my high school days that I burned, and many of them do not work. It's 60% of them might. Whew, a lot of stuff here. What is that? Video something or other. Rudy Was Here jerk mix. Okay. I wonder if that box was all the GameCube dev stuff, and then this is just sort of their random, you know, assorted studio software that they utilized. Oh, miscellaneous GameCube apps. Okay, now we're on to something. Oh, okay, Santa Cruz Games. This might have been like a demo reel or something like that. Okay, here we go. Now, some of these SDKs have already been released, so I wouldn't be shocked. I don't remember which ones off the top of my head. I have a small list of which has already been released, which has not been. So, this is interesting here. There's some office numbers here, which probably don't lead to anything anymore, but I'll cover them up anyways, just in case. ET Source Backup. Okay, I think that's for the PlayStation ET game, if I'm not mistaken. That's cool. GBA Movie Player, more SDK, Software Development Kit, for those that are unaware. PC Emulator, pretty sure that's released, I think. Sorry about all the flare as well. Obviously, these are very shiny. GBA Movie Player, Mussy X. Okay, Software Development Kit for Dolphin. i.e. the GameCube. More Mussy X, Musy X, I'm not sure. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Lego Island 2! Okay. Windows Vista. Again, sorry about the reflections there. Xbox game. Astronomy. Okay. Cool. Madagascar Island. Madagascar Island Mania. I guess that's one of their games. They're one of their licensed titles. Ooh. A little dog or cat here. Got some floppies. What do we got here? Unlabeled floppies. I'm very curious about these. These will be pretty easy to dump, assuming they still work. Very quick. This is so weird. What an odd assortment of stuff. What is this? Far Cry. Okay. Medieval 2, Total War. Okay. Oh, that's kind of funny. I overlooked this on the first pass, but it says instruction manuals, but manuals is spelled wrong. Someone wrote, haha. So I have much more work cut out for me than I thought. I thought this binder would be like, I don't know, 20 discs, something like that. But instead we have like stacks on stacks on stacks. Now, I'm a little bit nervous, but also excited, but a little bit nervous about the state of some of these NR discs. I have dumped some NR discs, or attempted to dump some, that are scratched up like this in the past, and generally they just don't read. Now, I have dumped some that do have some scratches, and they surprised me, and they did read, and they were ultimately fine. But I'm a little bit worried about these. A little nervous. We will see what happens. Send me some good, positive dumping energy. Hopefully, we'll get what we can. Anything that isn't a duplicate of something that's already been released, the SDKs, the builds, whatever, Cake Hoarder will be releasing on archive.org, just like he did with the Pickles builds that we dumped in the past. And that said, if you like content like this and you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. It'll help us get to that 100,000 subscriber goal that we are so close to. We would certainly very much appreciate it. But regardless, either way, I'll keep you all posted as to what becomes of this, and hope to see you all back for the next one.